Well, this is new. No supermarket lunchtime this time, because Joep has brought his own stuff and he's using my mustard.
From the supermarket.
From the supermarket, but I wasn't there to film it, so... The man has a book! Means he knows shit.
A map. Yeah.
Oh, there's the River Maas.
Yes.
All over the map. Look at that. It's fine. There you go.
Venlo, city since almost 700 years.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it made a lot of fortune by its strategic point at the Maas, but as we remember from last history
Arson.
they first had to burn down Arson for that. We have 2 walks planned, or at least I have them planned and you were just walking with me. Nature, I never noticed nature in Venlo, but it's there.
I'm slightly skeptical.
And then I planned a historic building tour in the city center of Venlo.
It was also bombed, wasn't it? Venlo?
Yeah,
so there's only a small...
It's all fake.
No, there's some historic stuff there, but not as much as it used to be.
Second World War, the Allies bombed the bridge. That was really strategic. But with the bridge, they bombed. With the bridge, they bombed the whole city center. So not much left. And yeah, as it was after the World War, there was no money. The whole historic center was neglected, and there were just a lot of ugly buildings that were rebuilt. But you had the Floriade, of course, in Venlo. And
so before, like a flower concourse show?
Yeah. But before that was built, the city council decided, hey, let's pimp Venlo again, because we have so many international people visiting. We need our historic city center back. So they rebuilt like a lot of buildings that we're going to see today. I think we're about to see 20. We have lunch, we have our camera, we have
coffee.
sun.
We have a coffee. We don't have a beer plan. We have a coffee plan this today.
Oh yeah.
One does not rule out the other.
Yeah, there's a coffee schenkerij, pourerie.
Pourerie. That's not the word you can translate.
That's a cool word.
Yeah. Coffee pourerie.
So that's what we're going to do after nature.
Yeah.
And then when nature calls, we go back to the city. Oh, there is actually a new brewery. A friend of mine is one of the brewers.
So we're going there as well.
We're going to Mout. Oh. We also can go to Egypt.
Oh yeah, there's a little town called Egypt on that. It's like a sub village of some town.
It's actually one street. Maybe they also have a viewpoint of hearsay.
Hearsay! On the way to Venlo. It's a springy day this summer somehow. Feels like a warm spring day more than a summer day to me.
The sun feels like summer.
Yeah, powerful. But you can feel the freshness after the storm yesterday.
But it's so nice and blue.
So finished the breakfast, lunch, brunch thingy. So now it's time for video. And so far not very picturesque, but pleasant nonetheless. It's dangerous. Crossing busy streets. Do we enter here?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. So the thing with Venlo is, and we were already wondering about that, how much nature does it really have? Well, it has some, but there's random patches of nature, and they've sort of tried to thread together a walk around those, which is props for that. But we're walking next to a campsite, see? And there's some forest there, but you can also hear a road. There's just not an awful lot of nature here around the city. I think the Maas dunes start here, but they are much prettier around Afferden and Assen. So far this is a naturey bit that's not that worthwhile, but it's a pleasant walk so far. It's very easy because it's all very flat. Right, Joop?
Yes, like me.
Like you.
He's a bit fat.
If I had started that section 1 minute later, that's the path along the campsite where we're just walking, and now we're all of a sudden in the Meuse Dunes. And I need to take back what I just said. Not about him being fat, that's still true. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Ah, wee! He doesn't know the camera's on. He's speaking in his own weird language. America's national bird is the eagle, and as far as I know, Canada's national bird is the mosquito. But I can assure you that Venlo's municipal bird is also the mosquito. They are absolutely everywhere, and they are hungry, and we're getting stung. So yeah, we need that beer later to fill up again. Okay, I got stung at least 7 times. No, they're still following you. Yep, no, they're still everywhere. Okay. It's getting better now that we're out in the open, but that was very uncomfortable. That was, it did make our walk much faster though, because we were trying to outwalk them. We didn't.
Run, forest!
There's a remarkably large amount of shrooms in the forest already for July. I just took a photo. I was planning to also show them on video, but I got completely pierced by mosquitoes, so we decided to walk on. Or to speak with you.
Oh, hey, dat vind ik cooler.
Many water lilies. Under the Venlo skies. To everyone from Venlo who I've offended previously, yes, you do have forests. It surprised me too. We've been seeing a lot of these. It's the Limburgian Landscape Foundation, and they are maintaining all this stuff.
I'm paying for it.
You are actually paying for it, aren't you? Yeah, he's a member.
It's for 25 euros a year you can, but it looks like an advertisement now. For 25 euros a year.
For the low price. For the low price of 25.
And you get a magazine.
Buy one, get one free. What? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but every season you also get this small small booklet.
Someone's hungry.
Small booklet, and they just show you a different region of Limburg and all its nature and all its to-do things.
Yeah, I completely ignore any guidelines, so I don't use the booklet. I just walk generally. But if it takes you here, it does a good job. So was that vodka?
Yes, it was.
Vodka and a cigarette in a disposable cup. We're not stopping here, but we must say this bench, again, Limburgian Landscape Foundation, oh, he is sitting down. That's a pretty good spot for one. Comes with cows. Hello! I'm being judged from afar.
Kom op, we moeten doorlopen.
We gotta move! It's not the most festive look, but it does look like there's a party going on. Probably graduations, considering the time. It is the... what is it today?
Monday the 10th.
Monday the 10th of July. My watch is counting steps, so I couldn't see. Now we wait. I just said to you, despite there not being too many particularly pretty sights on this walk, it is a very easy walk. You do get there pretty quickly, so it's a nice walk if you want to get some miles in or kilometers or whatever you measure your distance in, without doing too much effort, which is nice on a Monday. We just walked past the salon and you read saloon. I think the guy's got issues.
Thirst.
We are very thirsty, has to be said. Don't pet the cows, don't feed the cows. Put your small cows on a leash. Water! Is this the famous river Meuse that we're seeing?
Yes, it is.
We thought there was no way of getting there, but they actually mowed a path. That is very cute. What the? Okay, I'm not sure if you're seeing that line as well, but that's not supposed to happen. But whatever the case, yeah boy! There's the harbor inside. We're under a bridge where it's nice and cool, and the cows have figured out just that. Wow, that's a lot of noise, because behind those pillars where it says oops, there's a couple of cows. Look at them. We'd love to show you the river Meuse, but it comes with a soundtrack that is not quite as nice as the river itself. What? Exactly. This sound that you hear in the background is very far away. It's somewhere over there. And I don't want to know how loud that is when you're standing next to it, but it does sort of ruin the serenity of this image. This is the hottest part of the walk by far. Actually unpleasantly warm, but there's coffee ahead.
Iced coffee, I hope.
No, I want normal coffee, but I do want something cold to go with it, yeah.
Okay then.
Coffee! Coffee between churches. Church and chapel, rather. Whew. I couldn't choose, so I went for both. You went for cold coffee, which makes more sense, but I ain't sorry. To all you English-speaking folks, can you figure out what this says? In blue? Joep has just downed his iced coffee and is now realizing that I may have had a point with my choice. Still some in his nose. Okay, back to the car. We have had our coffee break and now it's onwards to the city centre.
Hello, welcome to the historic center of Venlo tour.
Gas station.
I'm your host, Joe. Let me start with this fancy establishment. This is a former tank station built by the American Petroleum Company, now known as Esso. This is actually built in 1933 and is officially the oldest still existing tankstelle in, you have to do it in German because Venlo, of the Netherlands. You have Charles Vos, the famous statuer and artist that's really known in Limburg but also in the Netherlands. He made all the reliefs in the facade. It's an old post office and now it's a museum.
This is dangerous for our wallets. Isn't this topical? So, I've been here many times, I never actually noticed, but these buildings are indeed not old. They are, however, quite convincing. They're convincing, which is more than can be said for many rebuilt cities in the Netherlands, like Eindhoven. 1588, we just learned. Now that is properly old
It's
and really
rebuilt,
pretty.
at least it's
Has this been rebuilt?
No, it's not rebuilt, but
Convincing.
it's been pimped in 1922. But it's named after Familie Schreurs. There were famous bakeries in this region. But hey, old bread. But, yeah, very nice.
As long as the bread's not from 1588, I'm
They're
happy.
still rebuilding.
Very
Oh,
nice,
map.
actually. Look at that. I love those shutters. Very cute. But this has clearly been rebuilt. But very convincingly so. Hydration stop. Hydration stop. Oh.
Snappen mensen in Nederland het niet.
Smooth. I'm keeping myself from buying coffee today, but that coffee we bought 2 videos ago, that was actually damn good. Joep is going for the big thirst. And he's holding the bottle upside down. I think this is the exit, yes.
Vive la France.
Is it even French?
Yes.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Nee, c'est Condé et France.
En français. Joep, name
Yes.
it. Well,
Sure. as said, around 1400, Venlo got his city rights, and then they needed something to rule the city. They actually bought a stone-built house.
They bought it?
Yeah, they just bought it because it was already there, but it was in a really significant place. And then later on they transformed it and became bigger and bigger. The biggest rebuild was actually in 1600, and then it's redone a couple of years later. But it's designed by Willem van Bommel, who wasn't that famous at the time, but became as famous as Pierre Cuypers, for instance. Since you can imagine why. It's really.
It is honestly quite impressive.
It's a national monument. Also.
I can imagine so, yeah.
And in the carnival time, there's the farmer's wedding, the Boerenbroelof, and it's been held here. I think it's Tuesday of carnival. I don't know. I never come to Venlo for carnival, but then it's the biggest happening ever here. Maybe we can Google and download a photo and put this in the end of this video.
So this is where this may become a little less PG, but Joep was just admiring the cock of Venlo, and this thing is called In the Thirsty Cock. You do with that as you please. Unsurprisingly, River Maas. Yet again. Kinda hard to miss here in Venlo. For something the Dutch made recently, this is actually pretty well done. It does work, people do chill here. You can get some remarkably good ice cream there actually. Highly recommend. But then the record store is calling us.
Our last historical stop for today. This is the Romer house of Reumer house. It's named after the family Romer. It's a Schepenen family, so it's one of the old city council members. They built it in this state in 1500 something. This was called the Jodenstraat, Street of the Jews. It connected the city center and the city council to the Weert. And the Weert is actually where there was a lot of trade in the Maas. And why especially on this spot? Because there's a curve in the Maas. And because of that curve, the Maas River is deeper than on other parts. So there was more space for ships and bigger ships.
I spent less than I expected to do, so I am pretty happy about that. How about you?
Too.
Hey!
Not even 10 euros.
Wow, okay, I spent 30 something, but hey, I'm not complaining. We are missing the cute street though. It's there. There's some hidden alleyways next to the record store. This to our left is actually still the record store. Actually, it's the neighbors of the record store, but the record store carries on behind it, and there's the restaurant that's attached to it. What, the Empress?
It used to be the Kaiser, but it's now taken over by a woman.
Okay, they literally renamed it from the Emperor to the Empress. Because
I'm really impressed.
because it was, yeah, it was transferred to a female owner. There you go. And this is actually the restaurant that's part of the record store. The brewery, of which we're going to get our beers, of which Joep knows, one of the employees, has a small... The brewers actually, has a small cafe in the city, but that's closed, so we're going to this just outside the city.
Ben je wit? Dominicana whites and...
Dankjewel.
Cheerio, man.
Cheerio.
Op Sander, our brewer.
Sander did a very good job. Oh my goodness.
You can only get this here and in the cafe that's next to the brewery, but that's closed. So
Between the record store and the beer, this place is worth going to.
very good pizzas.
Good pizzas?
Yeah, and Asian food.
There you go.
Yep. Hello.
Whew. It's sunny, alright. The thing with Venlo is it's actually a really nice city that has pretty much everything you need from a city, and the people are nice too. But is it a place you would make a video of?
We just did.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I would recommend going there to just have a beer and walk around and buy some records or whatever. But it's not exactly the most attractive place in the province, and the nature surrounding it is
Yeah, the beer is nice. People are very friendly. The record store is #1 of the Netherlands. Did we
actually
mention that?
officially the best record store of the Netherlands, and who are we to disagree?
And I bought 2 Neil Young records for €5, so that's a steal. Yeah, you could spend a day or one at least.
They all won, yeah.
And the train station goes directly to Maastricht, so you can visit a beautiful city the same day as well. So
It's both a city, I get why people don't care for it, but it's also one of the most underrated cities of the province.
I think it's like vanilla ice, but then with coffee.
with coffee. See you next week.
Bye bye.